Today, I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about record layouts inside of Zoho CRM. So I'm going to show the two different ways to customize a layout. One of them is going to be creating a full new type of layout for a given record. The other one is going to be a layout rule, which is kind of a simpler, more specific way to control certain fields on the page. So with that, let us jump right on in. Here I am inside of CRM. We're going to use the leads module to get started here. I just want to show you real quick some of the data that's on this lead record. So we have things like their name, their status, here we see info about them being from a company, some contact information, some account information, right? So annual revenue, the industry of the account, et cetera, et cetera. As we look at this lead, given some of the fields on the page, it kind of looks like a business to business lead, right? Imagine I'm selling software. This is the type of thing I need to know about a business in order to quote them appropriately for that software. But as it stands right now, this lead is just in a standard layout. So what do I mean by that? Let's jump into our settings real quick and go to modules and fields. And then we'll access the leads module here when that pops up. And then we can see that on this page called layouts, we just have one called standard, right? So for the purposes of this, the first thing I'm going to show you is that we can rename this layout, and we're going to name this our B2B layout, right? So if I click into here, this is kind of where I would go to add my fields, get things organized, create different sections, right? Really anything that I need to actually connect to this lead as I'm working through the process. So maybe in here I have something like, hey, let's get a rough idea of their budget, right? So I can just drag that kind of field in. This would be a currency, of course, and then add a budget field. Now that might be a duplicate label. Nope, we're all good. But as you kind of look at this, you might be thinking, well, imagine I'm a software company, and let's say I'm like Notion, right? Where they sell software to businesses. They also sell software to individuals, just like day-to-day users who want like a little application they can use to do something, right? So as I look at that, well, some of these fields in my B2B layout wouldn't really make sense for a B2C customer. If you're just selling an individual software license to one person who's not a part of a company, Tyler at Gmail, right? Not at their company domain. Well, annual SaaS spending, website, number of employees, all these types of fields aren't relevant. And so you kind of have two options here. Technically, yeah, we'll go with two. You could say, hey, sales team, just ignore those. When you're selling a B2C lead, don't worry about it. Or you could do the better option and create a separate layout for those fields in particular. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to clone this layout to give myself a starting point because I do like how some of it is organized. And then here in the top left, we'll call this our B2C layout, essentially selling into customers. And now as I go down the page, really all I need to do is just as we're comfortable doing in terms of customizing our modules, I will remove some fields that just aren't necessary for a B2C lead. So even something like the entirety of account information, like, well, that's not really super relevant for somebody who is, it looks like we got a section connected to that. Let me pause 1 second here. All right, so we removed that wizard for now just so that I can delete this section, right, and kind of show you that inside of a given layout, right, we can come in and add or remove any of the fields that are relevant for us or no longer relevant based on that particular record. So something like, again, that B2C lead, it's probably a lot simpler, right? Like you don't give a ton of information to just get a single license of a piece of software for yourself to use personally. So I can just come in here and remove or add any of those fields that I need. Then once I click save, all of that new layout is created and I'm able to use it. A couple quick notes while we're in here. Inside of each layout, you can actually set permissions. So if there are certain users who should or should not be able to interact with a layout or like create a record in a particular layout, you can actually set this up here on the back end. So now with that layout created, when I go to actually make a lead, right, I now have that choice up here in the top left between defining it as a B2C and a B2B lead. So I have that full control to be able to determine which type of data I kind of need for this particular record. Now, before we move on, I do have to ask, if you're finding the video useful so far, please be sure to like and subscribe down below. That's a totally free way to help us out. While you're down there, leave a comment with any questions, feedback, or video requests. And as always, head on over to Zenatta.com and click on Book a Meeting if you'd like to talk about how we can help you with your Zoho implementation. Let's get right back to it. Now, a couple things I'll highlight here. Fields being mandatory, well, that's unique for a particular type of lead, right? So if I'm in my B2C layout, and let's say I make the type field required, so I'll click on Make Required, go ahead and save that. And then if I jump back over to my lead creation here, we'll see that inside the B2B layout, type is not required. Inside of B2C, it is required, right? Now, in this case, this field is kind of duplicative, because we're capturing it up here in the status. But you can kind of imagine scenarios where, hey, for a business, certain fields might be needed. For a consumer, other fields might be needed. And some are going to be mandatory, non-mandatory, just between those two different layouts. Now, one more thing I do want to highlight, and that's actually why I started in the leads module. Longtime viewers know I would normally do something like this in a deal. Inside of the leads, once you've set up multiple layouts, you can actually set up your leads to convert differently based on those layouts. So a good rule of thumb, if you've set up custom layouts for the leads module, you probably also want them in the deals module. Right? You could imagine, well, if I have a B2B lead, that's a B2B deal. If I have a B2C lead, that would be a B2C deal, right? These things kind of intuitively connect just based on the process flow being different for different types of organizations. Something like an account. Well, honestly, for B2C, probably we don't even create one at all, right? Because we don't have a company name. There's nothing really to convert over to that module. Contact, of course, we would still expect to create, right? That's just going to be the person. We're just going to have a B2C deal connected to them instead of a B2B. Now, I do want to show you, though, one other way of getting this done. So let's go in here just for the sake of it. I'm going to delete this layout. We're just going to clean up what we've done here. And let's say you go, I don't want to have totally different layouts. And why? Why would we not want to have two completely different layouts for a record? Well, these are scenarios where, one, maybe there's just a small handful of differences, right? And you're like, well, I don't want to manage two totally different subsets of data. One thing to keep in mind with layouts is that they do have some implications for integration work. Once I have more than one layout in a record, I generally need to now specify that I'm in layout 1 versus layout 2. So if you have some type of third-party system that's like creating data in your leads module, having multiple layouts does create one little element of complication there. But so you might want to have just like that basic type field, right, that controls some of your field offerings. And so how would we go about doing that? Right? So we're not going to create a whole new layout. Maybe we just want to show and hide this section based on this type, right? So we don't want to have a full layout here. All we need to do is go into this field, click on Create Layout Rule. We love these at Zenatta. We use them all the time. We'll say, hey, B2B or B2C, just to give it a quick name. Primary field that controls this is going to be type. That's the one where we started this. And then what I'll do is I'll say if type is B2B, then I want you to show a certain section. A really nice thing here and an important note is that once you've set up a layout rule to refer to a certain thing, right? So if I have this referring to my account information and I'm saying show that information when type is B2B, it's going to be hidden by default in all other scenarios. So with this on, I'll just back out of here and we can see it's on, status is active. Now, if I jump into any old lead here, you'll notice type is empty, no account information. If type is B2C, still no account information. If type is B2B, it pops up right away, right? And now we can see that we have this account information filled in. But what if we want to do a little bit more, right? So let's say, hey, if you're working a B2B lead, once you know that they are B2B, we need to do something, right? We need to maybe store a certain piece of information, right? So actually I'll click on Add Trigger. You can actually set a field is mandatory, right? So I could actually say, hey, by the time that you're identifying that this is a company, surely you know the industry, right? There's no way you don't know that. It's pretty basic info. You know their website. Go look at it and fill in the industry, right? It's an important field. So I could basically say, hey, once you toggle this over to B2B, I'm going to show that whole section once you put in the industry, right? And so any of these fields that become conditionally required is what we'll normally use to refer to this type of setup. I have a conditionally required field. It'll actually pop itself up, right? And go, hey, you need to fill this in. And then once you do, all that information is going to pop right into the page just as you expected. This is also very commonly done for things in your deal pipeline. So a really common thing that we'll do is we'll come into the deals module and we'll take a look at the type of data that we're tracking about a given deal. So this one's kind of like a messy deal thing here, deal page. But let's say something like the, model information. Well, it's like, hey, you don't exactly always have that right out of the gate. Something like your discovery information. Well, that might not come initially out with your deal, right? So if we look at our stages, just to get acclimated here. So we have this stage called qualification, right? Well, I think we could imagine once we're done with qualification, if we're going to move to needs analysis, value proposition, etc., well, I probably need to have my discovery information filled in, right? So what I can do is I can come into that stage dropdown. Looks like we have a layout rule already set up. We're just going to close this one out. We're going to get rid of this. So we'll say, hey, if the stage is the value needs analysis. Now, put a little asterisk here. This does depend on your process flow. If it's common for your team to skip stages, one, consider if they should be doing that. But two, let's say they should, well, then you would just add the rest of these, right? So I'm just going to do it the safe way and say, hey, anytime you're moving past, that initial qualification stage, you need to have some of this info already on hand. Otherwise, it's not appropriate to move past that particular section. So I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to go into trigger and action. And then we will set some mandatory fields. We'll get rid of these. Let's remind ourselves of those fields. That's under our discovery information. So let's say that once we're through that, these are now going to be required, right? So if I jump out of here, I go to a deal. Let's see one of these that's in qualification. Perfect. Over here inside of a deal, when I move this to needs analysis, we'll now see that I have to fill these in before I can move on. Right? And so you got to get all three or whichever ones happen to be required filled in, click save, and then now that update will actually persist in the record, right? If I don't fill in all three, we're not moving to needs analysis at that point, right? Because I've not satisfied the data requirements to do so. So you might be thinking, well, between these two ways, you're giving me a lot of information here. How do I choose which one I should go with for a particular use case? Really, I think at a high level, the way that we normally do it is two records that are different types, completely different types of records. I would say probably 70% of the time we'll create a fully different layout, right? By cloning and adjusting the fields. And that 70% of the time is when they're very different. Like a very different type of lead is going to convert to a very different type of deal. Maybe you have different teams working these different opportunities completely. And this is common in if you think about a real estate agent, you have like a buy side and a sell side lead. It's like those are just two totally different processes, right? Where it's not like a couple fields are different. It's like everything is different as you're moving through that process flow. Something like if we look at I'll go to my deal record because I know a field in there that makes sense. Let's say you're doing like home renovations, right? Or you're doing some type of construction work. Maybe you're a specialty cabinet installer, right? And so you have in your deal, this is a good example too, new or existing business, right? Well, these are pretty similar, right? You're selling the same product to the same type of customer. Maybe there's just a few differences in fields that need to pop up based on that type. Well, yeah. That's just going to be a layout rule, right? That I dictate based on one particular field just to show and hide or maybe require a handful of different fields on top of that, right? But it's not a totally different thing going through a totally different process. And then, of course, the other scenario where we do use layout rules is when you're thinking about a thing moving through a set of steps in a process. So that's like at a certain stage, I now need to have certain information on hand before it would be appropriate for me to move forward, right? So that is layout rule city. You don't want to make different layouts for your deal as it's moving through a stage. That'd be crazy. We don't need to do that. That's just where you're going to use a layout rule to do some of that conditional requirement as you move a record through a set of processes. With that, I think we've covered the main things we want to cover here today. As always, I really do hope that the video was useful for you. If it was, be sure to like and subscribe down below. That's a totally free way to help us out. While you're down there, leave any questions, feedback, or video requests in the comment section below, and head on over to Zenatta.com and click on book a meeting if you'd like to talk about how we can help you with your Zoho implementation. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.